My name is Dawn Leaf, and I'm the NIST Senior Executive for Cloud Computing, and I'm delighted to be here at Cloudscape with Ciena. Actually, I think what I would do is reinforce an observation that was made to me by my European colleagues, which is that in the EU there seems to be a significant focus of resources on working on the policy and the legislative requirements to advance cloud. In the US, we very much focus on the adoption, the technology piece of adoption. They are all important, but if you look at how our resources are aligned, I think that we consistently do focus that way, and that's good because it's a complementary effort. I think that there are a couple of aspects. First, before we even talk about interoperability, the major concern that is raised with respect to cloud is that cloud computing, by its very nature, the strengths of the characteristics of cloud, the ability of the end user to initiate the demand for services, access them easily through broad network available services, co-tenancy, the ability to rapidly ramp up or ramp down resources, and the utility model. Those characteristics basically make our traditional reliance and security on logical and physical systems boundaries challenging. The boundaries are more complex. So I think very often when people talk about interoperability, they're really also thinking about that next step, security. With that said, interoperability, in order to achieve that, we need to identify the unique standards for cloud, and we need to support their implementation not only within a vendor or a community of vendors, but across vendors. My observation, and of course I'm coming from the technology perspective because that's the NIST role, is that the US and the EU already have a very strong synergy and agreement in principle on the major requirements we need to satisfy to move forward in cloud. And of course, again, I'm focusing on interoperability, portability, and security. I believe that what we need to do now is actually determine what efforts are already underway, respectively, either in the private or public sectors, in the EU and in the US, and make sure we identify those and leverage those efforts so that we're actually working in a very practical, tangible way, in addition to just agreeing in principle. I guess the only other thing I'd like to add is that I very much do appreciate the initiative that's been taken within the EU by the European Commission, by initiatives like Ciena, by the ETSI standards initiative, to in fact take that first step and reach out to us in the US. And I think that over a 2-year period, it's been very, very productive.